Hi, this is Chris Dillard with the Release Technique. And what would you do if you had all of the abundance in the world? How would you live your life? And I'm not just talking about an abundance of money, but an abundance of time, an abundance of health. Basically, if you had no limitation, you had an abundance of everything, what would you do with your life? Would you continue working for a living? Or would you spend your life just doing what you want to do, whether it's traveling or whether it's helping others? What would you really like to do with your life? And where would you live? Would you live where you're living now? Would you move into a bigger house? Would you change cities or move to a different country? So get in touch with that right now. Decide, what would you do if you had all of the abundance in the world? And picture it. See, this is a wonderful thing to picture. Most of the time, we're just accepting limitations. When we're accepting our current lifestyle of just that's the way that it is. And we don't even consider what life would be like if we had no limitation. And if you aren't even willing to consider it or look at it from time to time, then how is it even possible it's going to happen when you're putting all your energy in on, well, this is just what my life is like? So let's snap out of that and get clear on what you would really like to do with your life. So picture it now. And what else would you do if you had all of the abundance in the world? Who would you hang out with? Or maybe you just be by yourself, be nice and quiet. So get in touch with that. And also, take a look at what's stopping you. What's in the way? Maybe you have a feeling of, gee, I'd like to do that, but that's impossible. Or I'm just not smart enough, or I don't have the right skills. How's that ever going to happen? Or I really went for it before in my life and it didn't work out the way that I planned. So there are external forces out there that are limiting me. Now here's the thing, is that it has nothing to do with anything that's going on out there. Anything that's stopping you, that's in your way, is just your own limiting thoughts and feelings. So maybe you have a feeling of regret. I didn't do those things that would put me in a position. I didn't study the right classes, or I missed out. I didn't take advantage of the opportunities that I had earlier in life. So here's the way I am now. Or maybe you have fear. If I really step out and really go for it, I could lose everything. I'll be worse off than where I am now. So I better just play it safe. Or maybe you have resistance. Gee, I like to do it, but it's just going to be a real stretch. It's going to be a lot of work, and I'd rather just hang out and be comfortable where I am. It's not so bad. Even though I'm limited, I'd rather just stay here. Now these are just feelings that you got. And they're mental beliefs that are in your head. And you're the owner. Now, whatever feeling that you have right now that's stopping you, maybe it's a feeling of resistance, or maybe it's a feeling of confusion. Gee, I like to, but I just don't know how. That's a feeling. So whatever you're feeling now, instead of saying no to it, see, most of the time when we have these limitations, we don't like it. And we say no to it, and therefore we actually bottle it up and we hold on to it. Now, instead of saying no, whatever this feeling is that you're feeling, could you say yes to it? Could you say yes to it so that you can let it go? And could you say yes to this feeling even more? And could you say yes to this feeling even more? Could you say yes to it even more? And even more. And even more. And even more. And see if you feel a little bit more at ease and a bit more empowered now. See, by saying yes, you're practicing love and you're practicing being the boss. Because you really are in charge. And I'll prove it to you. Now, get in touch with the rest of this feeling now that you have. Maybe it's just a feeling of stuckness that you have. Now welcome that feeling up. Instead of pushing on it and fighting with it, just allow that feeling to come up and allow it to be here. Just allow it to come up. And allow it to be here in this moment with you. Give it permission to be here, this feeling, and welcome it up. And now, open up an imaginary window or door, and this feeling, it's just energy. So just picture it as energy, whether it's light or smoke or whatever, however you want to picture it. And imagine this energy just moving right on out the door. And just imagine it moving out that door even more. And even more. And even more. Now, like I said, this is proof that you're the owner. Now take a check to see if you feel lighter or if that energy is moving through. You see, when you imagine it, see, this mind belongs to you and these feelings belong to you. So when you imagine that they're leaving, they have no choice but to obey you and do exactly what it is that you're picturing. Because you're the owner and you really are in charge. So now, just imagine that door opening up, wide open, and all of this feeling, all this negativity, just moving right on out the window. Just imagine it, however that looks like to you. You're the boss, so just picture it moving through. And more. And even more. And even more. And notice how you feel. See if you feel clear, more centered, more in charge. More of a sense of, I can. Take a check. And that's proving that you get results by showing up and being the boss and letting this stuff go. And it's that easy, just imagining it leaving. Now, see if you have a story of limitation. A story that's in your head. Gee, I'm not good enough. Or, I really gave it a shot before and I fell flat on my face. And that story's been haunting you ever since. So whatever story that you have right now, get a picture of it. Now this story is in your head and you're the owner. So just look right at this picture that you have, whatever your limitation is. And just say, I'm the boss. It's just a story in my head. And I love you. I really, really love you. And I'm letting you go. And just imagine this picture that you have just evaporating and dissolving. Just imagine it dissolving away into nothing, into silence. And just allow it to evaporate and dissolve. Just dissolve into white light. And more. and even more. And let this whole story go. Just let it all disappear. You could even imagine taking an eraser to it, just erasing it clean. And take a check to see how you feel. And see if the story is less true now than it was just a couple of moments before. Again, this is showing you, you're the boss. And it's up to you to take responsibility for the feelings and the pictures that you're holding in mind. It's not your mind, it's not your beliefs that are in power. You're in power. You just need to show up and take responsibility and do something about it. Let it go. Erase it. Not by fighting with it or trying to get away, but doing it from a loving place. That's how you can really erase it, is with love. And the magic thing about doing it with love is that is your true nature. So the more that you do this in a loving way, that's you really stepping up and showing up and really being the boss. It's a loving thing to do. So, what would it be worth for you to really go for it and erase all of this stuff with love and clean up all this stuff? So, when you think about having that perfect lifestyle of total abundance, an abundance of everything, abundance of time, an abundance of resources, an abundance of energy, how would you live your life? It would be worth it to you to clean up all of these blocks that are in the way. And you can clean them up. But you have to make a decision to really go for it and do whatever it takes. Now, all of these limitations and beliefs are just programs from the past decisions put in consciously or subconsciously. But you put them all in there, which means that you have to take them all out. So what would you be willing to do? Would it be worth it to you to live that lifestyle if you applied yourself and took it all out? Well, the good news is that we've got a course that really gives you massive momentum. It's called the 30-Day Financial Freedom and Lifestyle Course. And what it does for you that gives you so much momentum is that for 4 full weeks, we get together 8 times every week, 2 hours a call, where we work in very comprehensive and deep ways to erase all of these blockages, all this negativity that's stopping you from really being you. And when you're just being you, you're full of abundance. You're full of joy and love. And when you're coming from that place, the world knows it. The whole universe knows it. And it comes back to you, whatever it is that you show up with. And we're going to show you how to really show up and knock out this stuff once and for all. So click the link below and check out the 30-Day Financial Freedom course. It's starting on January 14th. And you can join up for as little as $450. See, that's our commitment to you, is we want to make it easy for you. So you could pay just $450 up front to get into the course, and then pay the rest after the course is over. Or you could save a few $100s, just pay it all up front. Either way, whichever works best for you. We just want to make it easy for you so you can take advantage of this incredible momentum building course that'll really set you up for a whole year of abundance and moving into living the lifestyle that you really want to live. So if that interests you, then click that link below and join us. You're going to absolutely love the 30-Day Financial Freedom and Lifestyle course. And we'll love being on there with you and sharing this wonderful trip with you.